So I've gone ahead and grabbed a different chain, and this chain has a pendant on it because I want to show how you can do this either way. With this chain, what I'm going to do to prevent us from ever getting into that tangled situation we just corrected with the pins, I've purchased a piece of aluminum tubing just at the hardware store. Now, you don't have to buy aluminum tubing. One of my favorite things, there's a couple gas stations that are selling these large aluminum straws. They work really, really well. You can use plastic tubing, you can use conduit, you can use anything that's going to prevent this chain from being able to get tangled across itself. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this piece of chain and I'm going to go ahead and mark it down here at this end. And then I'm going to cut that to length for this chain. And as soon as I cut that to length, then what I'm going to do is also drill a hole right here. And within that hole, I'll run one of those safety pins that we use to untangle the chain. So give me just a minute, I'll do that, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what we've done. So I cut the piece of tubing to length with just a handsaw, just a simple handsaw like this. A hacksaw would work. Probably wouldn't use a power tool. If you use plastic tubing, you can use a knife. Just no matter what you do, just be careful, you don't want to hurt yourself. Because what we're going to be using is jewelry, and we want to keep it nice and take care of it, I'm just going to gently file this edge. I'm going to run my file along the inside here as well, just to deburr that so it doesn't scratch other jewelry and doesn't scratch my chain and my pendant. Okay. Then I'm going to grab, I have a pretty small drill bit here, but you can use just a small drill bit from your power drill. And we're just going to come right here and we're going to drill a hole. I'll drill one about the same place on the other side. I don't like the size of that hole, so I'm going to make it just a little bit larger. Right quick. Okay, and again I'm going to go in there and clean that up just with the file and make sure that there's no sharp edges, nothing that's going to scratch my pendant, nothing that's going to scratch my chain or any other jewelry that it attaches in the jewelry box. So we've gone in and we've cut this to the proper length. It doesn't have to be perfect fit, doesn't have to be just dead tight. It just has to keep the chain from getting crossed over itself or getting crossed over other chains. The only thing that it has to be is large enough that the clasp of the chain will be able to slide down it. And if you don't have a pendant on the chain, it doesn't even have to be that. So what we have to do now is really, really easy. We just take the chain and we're going to gently let it slide down this piece of tubing right here. We'll let the thing here, and then we'll come to this side of it and we're going to take one of those safety pins that we had just used to untangle the other chain. We're going to run it through those holes we drilled right here, just like that, and then we'll close up the safety pin. And you've got a chain that's never going to get tangled up. You're never going to end up with it in a bad situation where you have knots in it that can potentially damage the chain as you untangle it. This is going to help your chains and your pendants just stay the way that you want them. These can kind of quote-unquote kick around in your jewelry box for a long time. You're not going to get several chains tangled with one another. So this is a situation where about $5 in 5 minutes can really, really save your jewelry. Thank you very, very much, and I hope you enjoy this.